Today is Mother's Day, and the message from the pulpit is reminding Christians on the contribution of mothers in having a virile society. FEMA weather forecast and warning on heavy rain and thunderstorms in parts of the country. Federal government concludes its evacuation exercise of Nigerians from Sudan, plus reports from the communities. Welcome. I am Frama Pani. A home built on God can never be shaken. Pastor Benson Ogbe of Revival House of Nations Ministry, who gave the sermon in today's Sunday service, urged women to ensure they keep their families together in love. The cleric spoke during a sermon he delivered to mark this year's Mother's Day. Asabe Williams reports he enjoined mothers to strive to be role models by exhibiting the attributes of Christian mothers. The key thing in motherhood is the children. He says we need to teach our children the right way. Man shall not live by bread alone, so mothers need to teach our children spiritual things. He added that parents should try to manage crises in the home so that children will not imbibe negative attitude. And the federal government says it has completed evacuation of Nigerian students stranded in Sudan. Other non-students that indicated interest to return home were also evacuated from Aswan, Egypt and Port Sudan. A total of 2,518 Nigerians were airlifted back home in 15 flights barges. The chairman of the Federal Government Committee on Evacuation and Secretary Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management and Social Development, Dr. Sani Gwaruzo, said during the exercise, no Nigerian life has been lost. Attention will be diverted to other Nigerians that left Sudan for Saudi Arabia, Ethiopia, and Chad. The FCT Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has called on residents of the FCT to brace up for the critical weather condition. This is as NIMET predicted thunderstorms and heavy rains in the coming days in the FCT and some northern states. According to the early warning issued by NIMET, thunderstorm cells are currently observed over the northern parts of the country, including Borno, Taraba, Gombe, Bauchi, and Kano. The Director General FEMA, Dr. Abbas Idris, has therefore placed the search and rescue team volunteers and all other staff of the agency on high alert. According to a statement by FEMA, the current thunderstorm cells are expected to propagate easily to give thunderstorms accompanied with squall to cities in Plateau, FCT, Nasarawa, Jigawa, Adamawa, Yobe, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, and Katsina states. In the next few hours, FEMA advises all business operators in the FCT to avail themselves of weather reports periodically for effective planning in their operations, adding that moderate to heavy rainfall could lead to flash floods, which usually affects residents of the FCT. Dr. Abbas Idris appealed to residents to heed the early warning and avoid anything that could lead to loss of lives or destruction of properties. He urged residents to always use the 112 emergency toll-free number in the event of an emergency for prompt response. The labor of heroes past shall never be in vain is a popular stanza of the national anthem, which proves that laid down heroes' families and dependents have a better life and bright future. This resonated as the Military Widows Association, MIWA, launched and commissioned its mass transit. Cecilia Julius has the report.
Hope has been restored for widows of fallen heroes whose tale of woe over the years have been heard. This is made possible as Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff represented, and other partners pledged commitment to support the Military Widows Association Mass Transit Scheme in providing succor for military widows.
The Nigerian Legion takes the welfare of the widows of our colleagues as its primary responsibility, and as such, will continue to do everything within its powers to support them and their initiatives.
To my dear widows, I know what you are going through. I can tell I have a particular widow here now that has cancer, but she does not have money for treatment. She's here now. But Allah will come to our aid. But I can assure you, with what General Jibrin is doing with the military, they are talking and they'll certainly walk the talk. The tears of military widows' wives will be wiped very, very soon.
Those buses, once they are launched, the maintenance of the buses, and then the future of those buses, there's no how it's not going to wear out. So it's going to be a continuous thing. And I want to promise you here that you have got a partner in me. As the good Lord lives.
Goodwill messages as well as awards were presented to awardees for their immense contributions to the growth of the association. The vehicles were commissioned with a plea for more support from individuals as well as corporate bodies for the association to thrive.
We say congratulations to the Military Widows Association. Now, the need to build capacity and equip staff or firms with conventional skills in various fields has been re-echoed, as this will bring about productivity and growth of the organization. This was a thrust of a capacity building workshop organized by Strength Africa. Rosemary Maltalang Bilal reports.
The Strength Africa is an organization responsible to guide businesses, organizations, and people in finding the needed clarity to achieve their set goals and objectives by providing fresh insights and perspectives.
People need to be trained to fulfill the vision of any organization. If you don't train them, you can't blame them if they don't deliver. So Strength Africa Limited is here to support any organization in their vision.
I was so inspired myself to be here and to also learn from the other speaker and the panelists. Leaders, organizations need to invest in capturing a compelling vision.
Participants drawn from various fields of endeavor, including media practitioners, lauded the motive of this training designed to help the set objectives.
We need to look at what is happening globally and adapt to the changes so that we can move forward and even ahead of our competitors.
I really learned a lot from this. I should work on these three visions, especially when they have conflict.
Panelists at the workshop arrive at this concession.
If you don't train them, you can't blame them. And that is a constant reminder that there's a need to build competencies, there's a need to build capacity, there's a need to build competitiveness of our teammates, of our employees, of our workers.
Panelists also believe that as a trusted solution and strategic partners, the organization will help society achieve sustainable future through its innovative way of impacting knowledge. Rosemary Maltalang Bilal, NTA News.
Now, to complement its effort at polio eradication and other services to the poor and needy, the Rotary International says it will step up efforts at raising global funding. District Governor Rotarian Godi Nadi disclosed this at the Rotary District 9125 14th Conference in Abuja. Aisha Bashir tells us more.
I see District 9125. I feel so proud. Please clap for yourself.
It is a 4-day event with the theme, Imagine a Renewed Hope for Humanity. It had in attendance all its club from 23 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Rotarian Godi Inadi emphasized that Rotary is in existence to serve and make all communities a better place.
Every year, every district is required to have their conference, which is like an AGM, an annual general meeting, where you review the progress you've made within the year to know whether you're doing well or you're not doing well. Introduce new resolutions that will help us to improve on what we do, see where we are not doing too good, and the notice we are going to increase, especially maternal and girl child hygiene and health. I thank God for the goodwill we have. The goodwill we have has made it possible for our friends to contribute to our projects. When they see that you are doing something that is very good, and when you do it, they say it.
Others explained that Rotarians have a task of coming together to help children access education, to help mothers access proper health care when they're giving birth. They also stated that they are able to do very much larger as team members of a global organization.
All of us are differently created, talented, with features that distinct us from one another. So for this conference, first, she wants to thank District 9125 for the wonderful work they've done this Rotary year. There are a lot of achievements, a lot of success stories, and they've gone into the crannies, gone into the hinterlands, and affected the community. So first of all, she said I should thank them. Thank them for the great work they've done, both in membership, raising our membership, the great work they've done also in raising money for the Rotary Foundation.
Speakers at the event commended Rotary in Nigeria, which has wildly grown over the years, stressing that with such a number, they will be able to do more for the communities that need help. Aisha Bashir, NT News.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Welcome back from that break, and it is time we'll take you through some communities in the territory. Now, when you hear the word Kasada, as a Hausa speaking person, risk is most likely the first thought that pops out of your head, and I can imagine different meanings by ethnic origin. Well, risk is far from this Kasada, a community of peasant farmers deep in the heart of Kuje. So, what is special about this community and her people? Aisha Bali has been spending time with them. Now she brought back this report.
A lot is happening in the territory, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And most times, people believe that attention is given mostly to the city center of a council or a community. But here in the Kuje Area Council, without being told, there are social amenities. But just hold on as I take you to a community under Kuje Area Council called Kasada.
Kasada in Hausa can have different meanings, but it all depends on context. It can either be risk or adventure. Well, it was not really a risk going to Kasada because Kasada village is one of the safest communities in Kuje Area Council. But getting here clearly passed for an adventure. Though Kuje town may be developing gradually in social amenities, with ongoing road projects, some at their finishing stage, courtesy of the area council, can the same be said about rural communities in terms of social amenities?
Saying that the Federal Capital Territory is the fastest growing city in the world is no longer news. With only 6 area councils, but with a very large land mass. Today precisely we are at Kuje Area Council, which has the highest land mass out of the 6 area councils. And precisely we are here at Kasada community. But there's something particular about this community. During the rainy season, this community is totally cut off from the rest of the community.
Small community, harboring mostly natives of FCT. What cannot be taken away from Kasada community is its peaceful nature and true communal bond among the people. Seeing the giant water tank high up, one could easily assume that there is availability of potable water, but for the people of this community, the tank has become just a form of aesthetics to the environment.
Kasada has been suffering for road because by men looking at this road, within these 6 to 5 months, we have received a very nice contribution from the chairman of the local government. Though over 10 years or 15, as I've said, we have not been using our vehicles. Sometimes to pass with our goods to the market is a problem to us. But within these few months, to be sincerely speaking, we appreciate the chairman.
Not just water, electricity and telecommunication, the basic social amenities of this present age are also not within the reach of the people of Kasada.
We don't have insufficient water and we don't have light. Major thing here again, we are lack of employment.
Well, it will seem like something is in the offing to facilitate these necessities of life for them, even much faster than they imagine, and that is Motorable Road.
Before now, the communities here, we have so many communities down here, they cannot have access to even Gaube here. Talk more of going to Kuje. It has been a problem. Because of that, the chairman have no option than to use the mega resources that is coming to Kuje Area Council to make sure that he constructs this culvert for them, so that especially during rainy season they can have access to Gaube community and Kuje.
Though the people are happy at this development, they are trusting the government for more.
They graded the road. It's okay for us. It's accessible now.
Yeah. And you're happy about it?
Very, very happy. We don't have problem.
Any more things. Do you want it like this or you want to ask for more?
With this, we are okay. But if they can still do more, we appreciate it.
And the council's leadership say it is willing to do more for Kasada community.
Don't make promises. He only deliver. And as you can see, we need the road first before we can talk of water. Without road, you cannot take drilling machine to most of these communities. You must have access road.
Search party to rescue you. Now, you know, from the territory brings you better understanding of happenings in communities of the FCT. But this time, Charity Zaka visited the timber market in Kuje Area Council to find out how it's operated, and she was told it's not all commerce business. Here's the report.
With the steady influx of people into the Federal Capital Territory, it is not strange to say there is a need for infrastructure to match the growing population. At the Kuje Timber Market, one of the traders is Mr. Oyeji, who is 20 years in the timber business.
The business is good, especially as far as Abuja is concerned. Building is going on everywhere. So anybody into this business definitely will enjoy it.
You know, say anywhere where market or business, we will make the place to be quiet. Because from there we eat and they feed our family. All this. That is why we make it everyone very quiet and they get love where they follow us. Yes.
The traders express that they appreciate the business as they have been able to network across Abuja.
This is an organized community. We have division of labor here. You will have those selling wood, you have the operators, those cutting the wood, you have laborers, those building it, you have the other drivers, they have their department, they have their own chairman, and they have everything. Everything here is organized.
Some timber is good. It's good to work, to use and do work. We always come here to buy. Now here we get our material what we use to do.
The business is not without challenges, as the traders appeal to the government to improve on the security in Kuje. Charity Zaka, NTA News.
A market where there's so much division of labor there, would love to see the cooperation and unity. Now, every community desires electricity as one of the social amenities to make life meaningful. And Kwanyi community has so much long for this, especially with their peculiar story of their proximity to the city and little effort required to actualize their dreams. Abdullahi Ejia visited the community, from where he will be telling us more on this.
Osakbaikbai is a small Bagi settlement that has existed for ages. Its location presupposes that its development receives attention. However, the community is still grappling with basic amenities like electricity.
Well, for
Gosakpai community along the airport road, Abuja. Their story about electricity is not that of the total absence of it, but they have an installed transformer with poles and wires in the community, but yet to be connected for electricity to be brought here.
The story of light in this community, we are still expecting the connection of the lights from the federal government, either federal government or the area council chairman. Last time, area council chairman visited us here, so he promised us for 2 weeks. This is over 2 months now. We have not seen anything. It's just connection and the 3 poles that are on the ground falling by the breeze. So these 3 poles, if they are fixed and the other wires, just connect it to the high tension of the road there, everything is okay. That is fine. Light will be there. And if those areas or that place has not been connected, definitely we will not have light.
Of course, the use of generating sets becomes the only means of generating power to charge their phones.
The airport road is only Gosa, there is no light. They keep transformer for this about 2 years going. They have not connected light. They come here to light for others. They will be connect the light. We have been waiting since long time. There is no option.
We are trying to they bring light, they don't bring transformer and where. May they fix some, they not fix some. We did for 2 years now. So we need more see light, that's our own problem.
Their appeal remains that government will look their way in order to bring light and life to this community, because they believe that with electricity, it will connect them to so many opportunities and social well-being. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Gosak Pine and Frama Pine. Rings the bell? I'm sure it does. Well, a popular saying that water is life underscores the importance of water to all living things. However, some communities in the FCT have difficulty assessing this essential component to life. Hakimat Aliyu, who was in Gosak Pine, also highlights the water challenges for daily use faced by the community.
Potable water, as important as this commodity is to life, it does not come easy for residents of Pai community. This is a Gbagi community that has been in existence for several decades. However, the only source of potable water in the community was brought in 2020 by the federal government. However, it has some challenges, as narrated by residents.
In charge of this water,
yes.
How do people run it? How do you get water here?
I'm in charge of this water, but this water is giving a headache. Sometimes we don't have enough water. When we pump the water, it will not pass 2 hours. The water has finished. So until 3 days before we could pump them again, we have lack of water here. We are so far about of water where we're.
Due to the challenges faced in accessing the borehole water, which is not always readily available, many have to rely on a nearby stream.
Yeah, and not be everybody will get the water. Many of some women suffer here enough and go to liver, and the water is very dirty. So we are calling in the government to come and help us, even though 2 borehole and 1 borehole is there. Okay, borehole will stand like 3 hours, 4 hours, so that people will get in water from there steady, because this borehole now, you people see now, not be every time. Maybe you will fetch today, almost 3 days, then we not open the borehole. Okay. Even though they open, not everybody will get the water. Like somebody like me, if I go to work, I will even know how to get water for it.
More see light, more see water for this village. That is our own problem.
Residents of the community are appealing to the government to look into the situation amid other predicaments of the community. Gosak Pine.
This is a stream located in the community, which is also referred to as Wupa River. It serves as an alternative to the source of water for residents of this community. From Gosak Pine in Abuja, Hakimat Aliyu, NTA News.
Gosa Kpang is certainly one community I should visit. Who knows, I might just be a daughter of the soil. That's our time on From the Territory. Thank you for your time and staying with us. I am Frama Panyi. Have a beautiful day.